Linh-chan and Dimi-chan craft art.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone.
Just kidding, we're not back.
Today
we are
Ekusupulooosion.
We're exploding.
We're exploding lots of pieces of paper.
Yep.
And by exploding, we mean rapidly gluing them all in one strip.
Yep.
So today we're making Megumin from Konosuba.
It was a really funny show. Is it called a show?
Yeah.
Can you say it's a show?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Yeah.
It's actually very funny.
Very entertaining.
It is, yeah. I didn't understand the ending much because I was like distracted.
I think you were working on this.
I was working on this, I guess. Or I was working on something when we were watching the last episode of Konosuba. So I didn't quite catch the ending, but I don't think it was anything important that I missed, right?
Heresy.
But yeah. Well, anyway, I started off again with the same technique and I did the two halves of the heads. And I'm letting the glue dry while I work on the body. And now I'm turning it into a cone shape, which I had a lot of trouble with, and the paper was not working properly. And yep.
It even exploded on you.
It came apart. So I had to re-twirl it up.
And try again.
Yeah. It's really hard. It's tough to deal with that when it's not working out.
It's more about getting a smooth texture, right?
Yeah, and sometimes when you push it out and it's not smooth, I keep reflattening it and then re-pushing it out. And by doing that so many times, I end up pushing out the entire thing and then it unraveled on me. So, and
here you're putting together the
legs.
The legs. So you got one with a
I think
white
I always
thigh
do,
high and one with a black thigh high.
Yeah, I always do the head, the body, the legs, the feet, and then the arms, and then the hands. Yeah.
So it's that same pattern.
Yeah, I always just do that way.
That's my favorite part, when you push it on the pen.
And you say that every single episode.
Well, I enjoy it every single time.
Yeah. So, while I made the prototype for this, it took me more than 7 hours to try to figure out because there was a lot of details for Megumin and all her cape and her hat and everything.
Yeah, this was a big one for you. This
one was definitely the biggest project and time-consuming so far of all the figures that I have made.
And it took the longest to record, too.
Yeah, so recording this took 4.5 hours, and we shortened it up to this amount.
To 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So currently we're going roughly 25 times faster than real life, which is why Lynn's hands are moving at the speed of light right now.
I'm just that fast.
We don't want to bore you for 4.5 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I was getting bored. I was like taking breaks in between because I couldn't do it anymore. And also we were filming this on an iPhone, so there's only so much space.
So we had to transfer it off
every hour we have to stop the recording, and then like continue recording. So then every hour it's a different footage. That way, when we transfer, it's individual file, not a 4-hour long one giant bundle.
Yeah, because 1 hour is like 20 gigabytes.
Yeah, because we made that mistake last time because I didn't realize like I had filmed 3.5 hours long. And then by the time we need to transfer it to the computer, the file would not transfer because it was so large.
Yeah, it just failed randomly towards the end.
So then we end up having to I don't know what Dimitri did, but magically he cut the file in two and was able to transfer it. So I don't know much about technology, so I leave it all up to him. But yeah.
Well, this time we learned our lesson, so that's why we did an hour chunks. So you may see the camera move every now and then.
Yeah, and since I was filming this for so long, I was getting tired, and I have to sit so far away from where my hands are. So I keep moving my hands off the camera as well. So you'll notice throughout this video that I'm slowly inching away from the center. Like now.
You tend to go back to the center.
Yeah, I realize it as I'm doing it. I was like, oh wait, and then I move my hands back. So.
And here you're trying to get the base on there, right?
Yeah, I get her butt in there so I can put her legs in.
But then it didn't work out, so you need to remake
Yeah,
it.
it didn't work out. The base I made was too big, so I undid it and I put it back in, and then it was too small, and then I glued some more paper. It was just a mess that
It's
day.
a brand new one.
Yeah, so this one's I remade it with new paper. And then the legs weren't even the right size either. Because when I do two different parts, when I do the leg and then the boot separately, and putting one into another, it often is like one leg is often longer than another.
And here you're adding more to her dress.
Yeah, just to give it a thicker hem.
I
think that's what it's called. So then I can like put details on it.
And same with her arms.
Yeah.
And that part is actually where her hand is. Because those are her sleeves.
Yeah, those are actually her sleeves. So I didn't go with the traditional like two-piece arms like I used to for all the other ones. Because this one she has sort of like a flare dress sleeves. So like it's small at the top and then it flares out at the bottom. So that's why I kept it that shape. But I think I made her hands a little bit short. And then here I realized I need to attach the hands to the sleeve. But I can't just attach it to a hollow sleeve. So I created some filling for the inside.
Extra material.
Yeah, to fill in that gap in the sleeve opening. And then gluing the head so it can dry. So the thing about quilling is that like I haven't found any better glue to use. So far I've only used Elmer's glue and it takes a very long time to dry. So then like things would fall apart as I'm doing it. So I would like start with a part, put it down, let it dry, and then move on to a different part and then go back to it.
I don't think any glue dries rapidly. Like that's good for
hot glue does very well, but hot glue doesn't fuse to the paper. It like just sits on the surface. And so with hot glue you can detach everything so neatly too. And you can peel off the glue. It's as if it's like just a layer of plastic on top. So I tried using that at first, but it wasn't working out. But it definitely does make like gluing stuff very easily. So right for now, it's Elmer's glue, it is.
And there you're doing the top detail on her shirt.
Yeah, and then she has sort of like a leather belt necklace collar. I see no purpose in that, but it makes her cute, I guess.
Well,
and then she has a belt there.
To complete the look, she has a belt on her waist and a belt on her neck.
Yeah, I always forget those little details until I put the arms on, because the arms is the most difficult. Because I need to start off with the arms earlier, or else like it'll just fall apart. So then I always do the arms, and then I realize, oh wait, I need to put a belt on, or I need to put some like straps that they have on, and I always forget that. Then here's her hair. So I think in the anime she has a darker shade of brown, but this is the darkest color I have. So her hair isn't the color.
Yeah, black didn't look right.
Yeah, black was too dark. Her hair was a dark brown, but I think a one tone more than this would be good, but I don't have that color. So I'm sticking with this color.
And then you're doing the bangs as well.
I think so.
So it's a different cut that you do.
Yeah. And her tassels. I guess one day we'll show what it looks like before, how neat the table is, and then the after, like it's a mess. There's so much scraps of paper that I cut and whatever all over too. I guess one day we'll show what it looks like after I finish a recording. Like the table is just all over the place.
I take a picture of her, but she's using my phone. Yeah, so here you're doing the finishing touches on the bangs. And here you're getting ready to do her
hat.
Her hat.
Her witch hat. When I first started learning quilling, I got so many paper cuts on my hand. But ever since then, I haven't had any more paper cuts. So I think maybe because I formed a callus on my fingers already. Or I've just gotten better at twirling.
I think it's a combination of that, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have any more cuts. But when I first started, I would have like on each of my fingers, there's like at least 10 cuts on each, and I would wear band-aids to cover them. But then wearing band-aids, it's really difficult because I can't feel the paper anymore.
Yeah.
So here's the hat.
Is the reason why the middle of the circle looks different because it's a different side of the paper?
Oh yeah, it's a different size of the paper. One side has a shiny glow to it, and the other side's like a matte.
Interesting.
So I tried to like
match them up.
Position the paper. Like if I take it out of the packet and with the glue's plastic still attached to the ends of the paper, and if I keep it that position, then it's the same tone. But sometimes I run out, so I have to grab a new pack of paper, and I don't know which side is the matte side and which side is the shiny side. So it always end up like different tones. Yeah.
And here you're making the tassel for the hat.
Yeah, the tassel.
It's quite cool how you put the hat in 3 dimensions like that.
Yeah.
Like you got a good twist to it.
I
Lots of
tried
little
making
pieces.
the rim, the biggest part, the rim of the hat. I tried like maybe just doing a flat sheet, but since I don't have paper, so I would have to take strips like that, glue it all together to make one flat sheet, and then cut out that rim. But then I realized it'll be too thin to support the dome on top. So I was like, I'll just quill that instead. But by doing that, it was so heavy.
I think it turned out nice though.
Yeah, but it turned out a lot nicer than if I had used just like a flat sheet of paper, because then it doesn't have enough dimension, and it would not have like.
Doing something like this that you're doing with the cape, right?
I thought of doing that like for the rim of the hat, but it's definitely not thick enough or heavy enough to support the dome if I had done that. So good thing I did it.
Yeah, you can start to see the evening sun creep in.
Yeah, so in our place there's not much light going through, so I'm sitting facing the window and with the blinds up, and that's where I'm filming. So then but this video took so long, so the sun started creeping in through the window, so you can see it.
Yeah, this is the sun setting.
Yeah, this is actually the sun setting. Yeah,
you were at this all day.
I was.
Yeah, you started like at 7 in the morning, not 7, 11. 7-Eleven. You started at 11 in the morning, and you went all the way to like 5.
Yeah. So there, I was trying to thin out the yellow, so then I can do the trimmings on her coat or her cape.
Going around the neck.
It's a lot of little details.
Well, that's what brings it all together too.
Yeah. A lot of work. Usually, like, when I'm done, I'm so exhausted.
You can imagine.
Like, it's different from, like, using your brain. This is, like, just physical.
Yeah.
You know? What happened there? But yeah, so I'm flipping the cape out and everything.
Getting the head on there, doing the belt detail. Oh no, head yet.
I was fixing the belt because I'm using gel pens, and gel pens dry very slowly. So my fingers was smudging off rubbed off the ink. So I had to repaint it or redo it. And then there I'm doing the staff. Is that called a staff?
Yeah.
Such a weird word.
And you did this by like repeatedly gluing paper on top of it.
Yeah,
itself, right?
I needed to be thick enough for it to like stand on its stand. And then I made that stencil when I was doing my prototype.
Cheater.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
It took me a long time to figure out the prototype. So when I first started this, I was like, every video, it was a brand new thing. And then I realized halfway when I got to making Asuna from last week, I believe. I started making Asuna. I was like, oh, maybe I should just make a stencil and use it during my recording. And it made everything so much better and easier. So I was like, I'm gonna do a stencil for this too. However, one thing is that since I'm tracing off of a stencil, the dimension is the staff is actually thicker. So I guess next time if I'm using a stencil, I need to cut inside the lines now, not outside.
Make it a little smaller.
Make it smaller, yeah. But yeah, the hat is so heavy that she was not standing.
She kept flopping over.
Yeah. Well, we'll just let her sit there and dry off, I guess. See, it was not. This is my prototype. So I'm letting the other one dry.
Do you know what you forgot on both of them? Her useless eye patch.
Oh yes, I forgot her eye patch. Well, anyway.
It was useless.
It was useless.
There was an actual eye that could see and everything underneath.
Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching.
I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week for Levi from Attack on Titan.
Yep.
Look forward to it.
Thank you.